Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
What's going on, guys? My name is Jake and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here to bring you part 2 of my F1 2016 career mode. You can see we've got the engine upgrade on our car, so that increases our engine power by 8 brake horsepower, which isn't really a lot, but now as we go into that, you can see we're leading the rivalry agents button, and we have 279 resource points, so we can't actually do anything with them at the moment. And this is actually quite a nice feature, the progress history, as now we go on to practice, and you can see the track acclimatization test. We are ending on our first lap. This is actually our best lap, and you can see we get another perfect score, so we got perfect for that. And then for time management and for, I believe it was qualified pace, for time management and qualified pace, I couldn't do them. I literally couldn't do them, so I am going to put difficulty down to expert for the next race. But then you just saw the resource points, now you see the rivalry, because this is actually after qualifying. So we qualified in a very dismal 19th place, and Button qualified in 8th, and now we're losing the rivalry by 1 point. And now this really kills, because now we are actually down to 2 in the red zone. And now, so that's very hard. Now we're going to do a voicemail about our race objectives.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
So we have to qualify in 17th, so we have to finish it in 17th guy, beat Gents Blunt and get into the top 10. I don't think that's going to be possible, and one thing on the research and development, we actually chose to reduce drag for the next race, but now let's go on to the race. So now we are on the race start. I skipped through the formation map again because that is just pretty boring, as now we have a light turn, away we go. We actually are a bit hesitant again to let go of the clutch, and Naz and Ericsson actually passed us, so we actually dropped down to last place as we head up into the first corner. We shift down to second gear, and we are actually trying to make up the place, but we brake even more because of Ericsson, and we are actually now in 22nd. And I would just also quickly like to apologise for the quality of my first crew mode video. That wasn't what I was hoping, but hopefully this one's a lot better and it can make up for it. But now on kind of into turn 3, we actually got the inside of Rio Haryanto, moving into 21st place on lap 1, and next up is his teammate in the other manner, Pascal Verline, and we're actually going to try and find a way at the inside. We do dive up the inside, very late move, probably which probably I wouldn't make, but this is actually recorded before the patch that came out, before the most recent patch came out, and on the time of recording this, actually, I've just found out that Jensen Button isn't racing in 2017, and he's going to be an ambassador, and has the option to return 2018, which I don't think McLaren will do. But anyways, that's for a different time. But right now, you can see we are now chasing down Ericsson, and at the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3, Ericsson and Nazar. You can see we are quite close, and they've actually, and of course they're teammates, but they've actually been battling a lot. And now as we enter lap 3, DRS has been enabled, and now you can see Ericsson is actually going to try and challenge Nazar again. They've been going hammer and tongs, and we have just been trying to take advantage. We get so close to Nazar as we are now coming through. That's setting turn 3, but now onto the straight coming up to turn 4 or turn 3. I'm not sorry, sure I'm going to say turn 4. We decided to make it 3 wide and go up the inside of both Nazar and Ericsson, and it does look like at some point there is contact there, but there actually wasn't, because we actually had a clean race. But we have moved up into 18th place nevertheless, and next up is Ken Magnussen with his teammate Johnny Palmer ahead. As we move on to lap 5, we are going to have DRS on Magnussen and Palmer, and they've actually been doing exactly the same as I believe, as Nazar and Ericsson, and we all have DRS. But I had a look up the inside there, but wasn't able to make it, so I decided to hang back. And Magnus actually gets past Dunn on Palmer, but Palmer goes up the inside again, and I was thinking I could take advantage here as we get again a massive tow here, and we decide to go up the inside. It looks like a similar move to Nazar and Eric, to one on Nazar and Ericsson. We get past Palmer, and so does and Magnussen gets past Palmer. But now we're fighting with Magnussen and come through a section. I've made contact there before. This time we don't. I've actually made contact there online before, and the person that I made contact with wasn't very happy. But nevertheless, we didn't make contact there, and we've actually moved up into 12th place now, as some drivers obviously pitted. And now we are on lap 10, and I'm thinking Rosberg's going to get us here, because obviously, but there's yellow flags, so we can't actually overtake at the moment. And then right at the end, the safety car is deployed, the actual safety car, so DRS has been disabled, and this is not the virtual safety car, this is actually the safety car. So I decide to take my pit stop this lap instead of next lap. So it's just a lap early, and we follow Lewis Hamilton. Now I believe Hamilton actually makes quite a few pit stops in this race. I think it's about 5 or 6 pit stops, and if it jumps here or fades, that's because, well, it will jump here probably because I actually did pause the game and then carried on pit stop. I can't remember why I paused it, but nevertheless, we're now coming to our garage and the soft tyres are being fitted to our car. Obviously we won't use as much of these tyres up as we would to begin with, because obviously we have the safety car, which isn't going to wear out our tyres that much, and it looks like we're going to rejoin in 16th place, and no, actually it's 17th as Magnussen moves up into 16th place, and now we just need to wait until the safety car comes in. I believe the safety car came in on lap 12, and it's already been a lap in for a lap, and we actually trying to chase down Magnussen. We actually get a very good exit onto the start finish track. We're gonna have we won't have DRS because that has been enabled, but we actually have decent speed to compete with the Renault down the straight line. We actually got such a good exit that we were able to stay ahead at this point. But now coming around the first corner, we run slightly wide, and Magnussen tries to move up the inside, but he can't. And now onto this second straight, coming up to turn 4. We actually lost a bit of our front wing, so we'll have to change that in our pit stop. And Magnussen has a look at the inside, but can't go past. And as I was saying, with the new patch as well, you can choose to have your front wing fixed or not. So I would have chosen it to not be replaced, but obviously I didn't have that choice. And now, as you know, coming on to lap 19, we come into the pits again, following Lewis Hamilton in. So I don't know what it is with Lewis Hamilton pit stops in this race, but he's just pitting a hell of a lot in this race, as we are now coming into the pits as well on lap 19, well, what is now lap 20, and we are having another set of soft tyres fitted onto our car, and obviously the front wheel has been changed, and we end up in the pit lane for longer obviously than expected, and we had a 10.3 second pit stop, so not the best pit stop in the world, including with of course we had to do a front wing change, but still that's not the point. The team can do quicker than that, even with a front wing change. So I don't know why it was 10 seconds, but that's where it is, and we rejoin in 21st place ahead of Verline. And now as we're going to move on to, I believe it's lap 26. Yeah, lap 26. You can see we are in 17th, which is a position we need to finish to achieve our team objective. And unfortunately we have Sergio Perez on the super soft tyres, who actually goes at the inside here, and we are basically clinging on to try and finish 17th, and we actually maintain our advantage on Perez at the moment. Obviously our car was upgraded and we are actually ahead of Force India for this race, but for some reason I was just not on the pace at all. I have no clue why. I just really wasn't on the pace, but I'm turning it down to expert for the next race, so it should be a bit better. But now we are coming out to the very tricky, I believe, turns 8 and 9, I'm not entirely sure, but we are coming through to this double apex left-hander onto the small DRS straight, and Perez actually goes at the inside, and it looks like obviously he's in not a fast car at the moment, but nevertheless he still gets ahead of us. And now as we are coming in, we are battling on Perez, and he actually gets us around this corner. But I was thinking, okay, we can try to stay with Perez and try and get on the DRS, because I thought in the DRS zone we could probably compete. And obviously we're using the rich fuel mix for a moment, and down this straight I was thinking right, let's just say as close to Perez as possible and get into his toe and try and get a good exit onto the start-finish straight, which we generally can do, and we have this time as well. And we are just in the slipstream, and now we have the DRS, and we are coming up and we are cruising up to the back of him, and we pull out to the right hand side, and we make the move up into the first turn, but Perez is still there, and we lock up, and I thought no, Perez is going to get us, but he actually didn't, and we were able to maintain 17th place. We'll move back up into 17th place, but unfortunately Perez challenged us down this straight, which put us down to 18th for a while, but then we actually were the last of the late breakers out, and we were able to get up into 17th place once again, and we are coming through the section, and Perez is still very, very close, and he isn't going to give up, and we actually have Magnussen ahead of us, so we run slightly wide, but still are able to maintain our advantage over Perez. And now we're coming up to I believe it's turn again. I think it's turn 9, but I'm not entirely sure. Might be turn 7 and 8. Nevertheless, we are coming onto the DRS straight, and Perez has a DRS, and he actually breezes past us, and we aren't actually able to compete this time with the DRS because you look, he's just so far ahead that we can't challenge on the brakes this time, and we weren't able to actually keep up with Perez. So that was basically the end of that race, and my heart sunk at that stage because I knew that we just weren't going to be able to compete with Perez, and so I knew we were going to drop down to the universe standings. And so I was at 29, and we finished obviously in 18th place. Button did finish in 6th, so he did actually get some points on the board for us, which is good. But we need to have a better race next time in China, which I'm going to record straight after this actually, and. You see Christian Horner celebrating there because Daniel Ricciardo actually won the race. As you can see now, Daniel Ricciardo won the race. So I believe Rosberg won the first race. Actually, might have been Hamilton, and Ricciardo won this race. But I didn't want to share that because it's boring. But now you see the race results. Daniel Ricciardo won the race ahead of Nico Rosberg. Max Verstappen in first. So Rosberg managing to split into Red Bulls, with Raikkonen in 4th and Bottas in 5th. Jenson Button, my teammate, managed to finish in 6th place to put some points on the board ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, surprisingly. And Hamilton actually had a 7-second time penalty. I'm not entirely sure what for, but nevertheless he had a 7-second time penalty. In 9th was Daniel Kvyat, and rounding out the points was Romain Grosjean in Haas. Massa just missed out on the points, and obviously but now as we move further down, you see we finished in 18th place with ahead of Sauber of Marcus Ericsson, Sumas of Verline and Haryanto. And Nazar was unable to finish the race. As we move on to the driver's standings, you see Daniel Ricciardo leads the way now, 10 points ahead of Nico Rosberg, with Lewis Hamilton a further 1 point behind. Sebastian Vettel is in 4th, ahead of 9 points ahead of Max Verstappen, with Kim Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas, the third finish, tied on 12 points, with Sainz in 9th with 8 in 8th. Button moves up to 9th, and Perez running out the top 10. As we move further down, you see we are in a very low 20th, only ahead of the 2 Saubers. On to the constructors, Mercedes slugged away 4 points ahead of Red Bull, with Ferrari in 3rd, Williams in 4th, 5th is Force India, Toro Rosso in 6th, and 7th is McLaren, and Haas are in 8th. The teams hit the score Sam Manor and Renault. But yeah, now we are going to come on to the career mode bit. Look at the resource points we get. So we do get some resource points, and we actually get a 115 resource points, which means we have 107 resource points. Now you can see we finished in 18th and James Button finished in 6th. So we are actually now losing the rivalry by 4 points, but we can bring that back, and now this is really painful. We actually we're meant to move down lower than actually is possible, which means we're gonna get a little bit. We're not gonna have the best talking to our agent next time we hear from her. Now our career score is just being added up, and that's not something I'm really bothered about. But now let's listen to the voicemail from our agent, which is a team update.
Hi. Look, I don't want to get you down, but the boss doesn't seem to be in the best of moods with you at the moment. We certainly seem to feel you're underperforming at this stage. I need you to work extra hard to turn this around, okay?
So, not the best talking to for our voicemail from our agent there, but we just need to try and improve for the next race. Of course, we'll have less drag as well. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, guys, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you're new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter. As always, there's a link to that down in the description. If you want to come up with a partner of freedom, I highly recommend it. There's also a link to that down in the description. All the music used in this video will also be down in the description. I think I'm actually one of the first people to make a career mode video under 20 minutes, lasts about 15 minutes or so. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I will see you next time on the grid in China. Goodbye.